What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the FallenRedZeo. I'm back with more G.I. Joe Classified Series figures, and today we have the Target exclusive Cobra Island figures of Cobra Trooper, Cobra Viper, and the Baroness with C.O.I.L bike. So we got all three figures we were recently able to order when Target put all these figures back up on their website a couple weeks ago, and we were able to pick up these three figures from the Cobra Island that we have been missing. So we finally got our Trooper, which is basically just like the other Cobra Trooper. It just comes with a little bit of extra stuff, and then we got the Cobra Viper, which is a whole new character, and then of course the Baroness on the C.O.I.L bike. So we have like our first vehicle for the classified series, and then of course we got our Baroness figure, and of course all three are Cobra based figures. So we have all the evil people here today. So let me go ahead and get all these figures out of their boxes and we'll take a look at them. So starting with the Cobra Trooper. So we looked at this figure not too long ago. We've had just the basic Cobra Trooper version. Now this one is pretty much the same. There are minor changes, so I will show you ways different, but just very minor things. So there's not a whole lot of difference between this and the Cobra Trooper, just very minor colors, and comes with some extra accessories. So the Cobra Troopers are masked criminal foot soldiers that carry out missions for Cobra Commander, and so they're just your basic foot soldier grunt, like the lowest of the low. So this figure looks awesome, covered from head to toe, and a lot of blue, which I like a lot. So up there on the head with the covering, I like the details into the head covering as well, with the black down the center and there on the sides. Nice face mask covering its face, and of course covering up its identity. There we can just see the eyes. And go down, we have a vest on over the top, so it has this nice black vest on, nice Cobra logo on the chest underneath, and then you get more of those detailings in the black lines. You can see that texture in there. It goes on to the shoulders and is spread throughout the body, so you can see the sections there on the arms. Then we have some armor on the forearms and the gloves with some Cobra logos on them. And the vest is similar to what we saw with the other Cobra Trooper. It's just all black this time instead of more of a blue color. Cobra logo there on the pocket. Then it has a knife holder, a gun holder, and around on the back we have some holes if you want to put guns, as well as up there in the back and another Cobra logo up on the strap, and the final holster there on the back. And going down to the legs, it looks like they have blue jeans on, just with that material and texture, but you can see nice lines going throughout it. And then like I said, just that texture in there, going down to the black knee pads and black shin guards onto the boots that are covered with the black armor over the top. So the figure just looks pretty awesome overall. You know, very basic, just all black and blue. So for movements, his head can twist all the way around pretty easy. You can look down that far and up that far. Pretty good movements in the neck. Shoulders can come up 90 degrees and have butterfly joint and can rotate all the way around. We had a bicep twist, a double elbow joint that can bend up that far, and the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. I'm sure there's an ab crunch and everything in here, but because of the arm, you don't really get to see it, but it does rock a little bit back and forth, but it can twist all the way around in there as well. Hips come up 90 degrees out to the side that far. We got thigh twist all the way around, double knee joint that far in the back, shin twist right at the top of the boot that can twist around, and the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. Now for accessories, we get a lot of the same items that we got with the other Cobra Trooper, but there are a few things different. So first off, we do have the helmet, again very similar to the other Cobra Trooper, so the nice helmet design, so we can just slide that right on his head there, and of course if you get it in position, it does make it look a little bit better and everything. So we got a helmet on there, and the first extra accessory is we get a set of goggles. So we have these goggles here, which are pretty cool. So all black goggles with the red lines on them for the eyes. So you can put this on his head, so we'll have to of course take the helmet off first, and you can just slide him down on his face, and then we can put the helmet back on. So that looks pretty awesome. So it completely covers his face, so that looks pretty cool with the goggles on. And another accessory that's new is we get this arm pad. So this pad we can slide up on the arm. It's just kind of like a rank insignia or something. Not exactly sure what it's supposed to be or stand for, but it looks like it could be a V or something like that. But I think you can just take and slide this up his arm. So I was able to get it slid up his arm enough where it can just sit on his arm right there, right on like the bicep and everything. So with that, it just makes it look like it is a higher ranking Cobra. So this is probably like the leader out of all the Cobra Troopers. So again, it's just another little accessory to make this Cobra Trooper different from all the normal ones. And then we get some weapons. So first off, we've got a knife, which again, most of these came with our other Trooper as well, but the knife looks pretty nice, all in black. It looks like it's got a nice little snake head on there and everything. We'll go and just slide this right into the holder. So that just slid right in there. And then we also get two handguns. So these two nice small handguns, again, do look futuristic because they don't want them to look like real guns. We have two guns, so we can put these in the holder. So obviously we have the one right in the front, so it just slides right down in there, and then the one on the back as well, so we can just slide that in there. And then it also comes with a rifle, just like the other one did as well. So this nice rifle, again, does look futuristic and everything, but pretty cool, all in black. Now with this one, we will go and just pop it right in the hole there on the back, so it can stick in there. And his final weapon, which is a new accessory, is this long rifle, so almost like a sniper rifle, which looks pretty awesome as well. Again, all in the black and futuristic looking, so it just looks awesome. So let's get this into his hand. So there I got the gun in his hands, and that looks pretty awesome. It is a little bit bigger gun and hard to get into his hand, especially with like the vest and the thickness of it and everything. So hard to get in there, but it looks pretty pretty awesome, especially with that pad on the shoulder and everything. Just makes it stand out a lot. And just for comparison, here is the original Cobra Trooper. So you can't see, it's probably hard to see, but there is a little bit of a color difference, not much at all. Like the older one does look like it's a darker blue, where the Cobra Island one seems to be a little bit brighter, but not a whole lot of difference. But everything else is pretty much the same. And then you can see like they have the really dark blue section where it's just all the same blue color on the other one. So very few minor changes between the two, but it is just enough to make them look different. But I think the Cobra Island is just a little bit better. And next up we have the Cobra Vipers, which are elite soldiers that were selected from the best of the Cobra Troopers. So this would be the next step up above the Cobra Troopers as more elite versions. So they look pretty awesome, but still have a lot of similarities to the Cobra Troopers, especially with the all blue and black armor. But they have a lot of red thrown into them, and this awesome helmet in the dark blue with red, but the nice silver helmet visor looks pretty awesome, completely covering the face. So I really like that helmet design. You can see some of the skin on the neck. The red shirt looks like underneath. Then the blue outfit on over top again looks very similar to the Cobra Trooper, just doesn't have all that texture. It's all just pretty flat with a black vest over the top with all the red detailing. So I have like grenades, Cobra logo, and straps going around. Just a lot of red details. And down on the legs we have the same like pants material, at least has that same texture to it, but it's a little bit different because like here we obviously have the pockets, has the extra padding with the rib design like there on the inner thighs and on the other thighs, thigh holster there, and more rib design there on the knee pads and on the front of the all black boots, and it's pretty similar there on the forearms as well in the red this time. So just overall looks pretty awesome. And for movements, the head can twist all the way around. It can look down that far and up that far, so a little bit better movements it seems like. Shoulders come up 90 degrees, has a butterfly joint, and can rotate all the way around. We get a bicep twist, a double elbow joint that can bend up that far, and the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. Once again, I'm sure there's an ab crunch, everything in there, but obviously with the vest we don't get it, but it can twist all the way around. We have a thigh twist, a double knee joint that can bend up that far in the back, shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. Now for accessories, we start out with a set of goggles. So we have goggles that we can put up on the head. I'm sure they could go down on the face, but I think it would look pretty weird since, you know, it has the visor and everything. So I feel it'd be weird to have a visor and goggles on it, but the goggles at least can slide on top of the head. And I think it just adds some more detail to the helmet to make it stand out a little bit more. So I don't know how well I got them on, but I did get the goggles on there. They may fall off during the video. And for another accessory, we also get a scarf that can go around the neck. So again, obviously with all these figures, with this and the Cobra Trooper, they are army builders, so they come with all these different accessories and stuff. So you can switch stuff out between the figures so they all don't look exactly the same. So all your figures can look a little bit different, but if we get that around the neck there, it can just sit on top there and helps kind of cover up his neck. It just makes it look a little bit different, so it just adds a little more into the body there. And then we also get a nice big backpack here, so it looks pretty awesome, mostly all in black. It's a different backpack shape than we've seen before, but I like the details. So we have the red Cobra and the red grenades, nice bundle of rope there, and some blue paint on the front. So I like how it's got that details compared to usually just all one color usually. So I like that they changed it a little bit there. So we have the peg that can go into the back. So let's slide this in. So it just slides on the back there. And for weapons, first off, we get a handgun. So a handgun like we got with a lot of the other figures. So just a nice handgun that will stick into the holster on the thigh. And then he comes with a rifle. And this is another different looking rifle than what we've got before. So I like how they're switching up the guns, not completely reusing everything. So we have this nice rifle here. So let's get this in his hand. And there I got the Cobra Viper with his gun. And that just looks awesome. So again, another awesome looking figure to add to the Cobra ranks. And again, it is an army builder. So you could get multiple of these. Again, switch out some of the accessories. But I think this itself just looks pretty awesome. And finally, we have Baroness, which is the master of disguise and manipulation that works for Cobra. And she looks pretty awesome here. So again, looks like the Baroness I've always known as, in all black with the long black hair, and tends to wear the glasses. So they have the nice glasses on there. Doesn't look the greatest and looks like it may be offset just a little bit. So it could be a little bit better. But I think overall the face looks pretty good, especially with those glasses. Gives it that Baroness look. Nice bright red lipstick. And as I mentioned, the long black hair down to the back. And she's in all black as usual with some black armor on over the top. So I like a lot of the details. So she has like a little shoulder pauldron up there. A nice armor piece with like a snake's head on it there. Nice red Cobra logo there on her chest plate. I like her suit underneath, you know, it looks like a skin tight suit, but has like that snake skin texture. Looks pretty awesome. Goes through the center and down the legs as well. Has some forearm armor with some Cobras on it. Of course, all black gloves. Belt on with Cobra logo, and it goes to some holsters there on the back. Thigh sheath there for her knife, and then knee-high black boots that are all nice and shiny there. I like the segmentation of stuff, and then it has pointy black shoes with some gold rings on it that look pretty dang awesome. So for movements, her head can twist side to side, and you can get it all the way around probably, but of course her hair is long and in the way, but you can't get twist side to side, and she can look that far down and up just pretty much straight on because the hair is against the back. Shoulders can come up 90 degrees, and there is a little bit of butterfly joints like this. They don't really work too well on her, but they are there, and the shoulder can rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that can bend to 90 degrees and has a rotation, and the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. She has an ab crunch right under her chest there, so crunch back and forth again, just a little bit, not a whole lot in there. And then she does twist around, but it's mostly at her waist that can go all the way around. And speaking of her waist, that's one thing I don't like about this figure, is you can see how much of the waist you can see there. So I hate how much that stands out and how like far apart it is, but thankfully it does come with this belt that helps sit on there and cover it up so you don't really notice it too much. But her thighs come up 90 degrees and out to the side that far. We got a thigh twist all the way around, a double knee joint that can bend up that far in the back, and the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So she's not a bad figure at all. There are just some very minor issues, but that could be just because it is the female figure, so it's going to be a little bit different. Now for accessories, she comes with a lot of stuff. So first up, we have her knife, which looks really awesome. So long black knife there, and on the hilt we have the gold cobra, looks pretty awesome there. So we'll take and stick this down into her sheath. And then she comes with two gold handguns, which look pretty awesome. Of course, the same handguns we got before, but in a nice gold color, which are really cool. Now with these, we'll go ahead and put them in the holders on the back. So they just sit in the back there. And her weapons are these two big black guns. So these are very futuristic looking guns, but look like they're probably heavy guns just to the design, and probably shoot like bigger ammunition stuff. Just look pretty awesome though. But they are nice big black and shiny stuff, so we can pop these into her hands. So there I got the big guns in her hands, and she actually stands up pretty well. Even though the guns are pretty big and everything, she does stand up pretty decently. And with these guns, they do have the pegs on each side of them, and with those we can put it on the C.O.I.L bike as well. So when we get to the bike, we can put those on there. And then her final weapon, I almost forgot about it. She comes with this weird snake. I almost forget it's an actual weapon because, you know, it doesn't really look like it, but it is a snake that shoots lasers and everything, so that is pretty awesome. So I may try and put this into her hand. So there I got the snake weapon there in her hand, and that does look pretty awesome there. I think that's probably like the coolest weapon for her, just because it's something so unique and different. So that is really cool. And the final accessory she comes with is a helmeted head. So of course, coming with the motorcycle, gotta have a helmet for it. So here we have just the helmeted head that you can switch out for her head. So let's go and switch this out. So there I got the helmeted head on her, and that looks pretty awesome. So it's just a nice motorcycle helmet, and it does have a little bit of like Cobra-like features. It looks like eyes and sort of like the Cobra head design stuff. So it has more on there than just a solid black helmet. And that brings us to the C.O.I.L bike, which is just a nice motorcycle. So nice motorcycle design here. Again, the first vehicle for the G.I. Joe Classified series, and this looks pretty awesome. So it reminds me a lot of just like, you know, motorcycles we got with like Marvel Legends, but it's just a nice motorcycle in the black and red. So really nice features there. So we have a big wheel in the front, big wheel in the back. I like the thickness of the wheels. So we have the windshield on the front there, and I like how it's got like a little bit of like yellowness down there at the front and more see-through up there at the top, and has a little bit of movement. And then we got the two handles. So of course the nice red handles with the black brakes, and I like how the gauge designs, and with the handles do move, of course can move to turn the wheel, and then they do twist around themselves if you need to be able to get them into Baroness's hands a little bit easier. Of course, some Cobra logos down the side. So we have the seat, of course, all the whole engine part. Big piece here on the back that's covering up some exhaust, or could be like jet things, you know, that fire will shoot out of. And then we have places for the feet. So we have a place here that has the peg that you can put your foot on, or they can be angled back more onto here right by the tires. And then there's a kickstand on the bottom that you can lift up to get out of the way, or if you want it to help stand up, you can put it down like that and it'll stand. So overall, it looks really cool, but it's still just like your basic motorcycle. But as mentioned earlier, you can put the guns on it. So we'll take these two guns, and there are the holes on the sides here. So we'll go and just pop this one in along with the other one on this side. So there we have the two guns. So then of course we can take our Baroness and pop her on the bike. So let me go ahead and get her on here. And there I got Baroness on the bike, and that looks pretty awesome. She looks pretty cool there with the helmet on and everything. And I do have the feet down to the back on the back foot peg. So that is pretty awesome there. So we got Baroness there riding in on the C.O.I.L bike to be able to kick some Joe butt. So that is pretty awesome. So that is it for this review of the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Island figures of the Cobra Trooper, the Cobra Viper, and the Baroness on the C.O.I.L bike. So again, these are the Target exclusive figures that are really hard to find, but we were lucky to be able to get them because Target put them back up on the site, and we were fortunate enough to be able to order them. So I know these are hard to find, and I know they have still been kind of going in and out of stock. I'm not sure if they're completely done by now. So if you are looking for these, be sure to look at the Target website, and you can mark like for notifications and stuff. So just try and find them, and you may look out and get these. But let me know what you thought of these figures down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, please leave a thumbs up for me. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.